YouTube has huge levels of discoverability. Levels that Twitch couldn't reach if they popped a senzu bean and jumped in the hyperbolic chamber for 10,000 years. Man, what's up? I'm Rings, aka the Hooded Bandit, your host with Ringleaders Gaming. This is the place where we give you the most current news, tips, and tricks on the most popular game streaming services so you can have the best game streaming experience. And for all my little ringleaders that would like to dive deeper or just come through and talk shit, you can. I stream on YouTube and Twitch. And lastly, any of the things that I choose to talk about, discuss, or mention will be in the description box below. Now let's get to the topic of the day. Top 5 questions about YouTube gaming. This one's going to be simple because YouTube gaming is still kind of growing and they don't have near as many streamers as Twitch does. But even with that being said, there were still a decent amount of questions I was able to pull that a lot of people still are asking about YouTube gaming. Now, I usually try to do maybe some kind of tutorial at the end of these videos for those that would actually like to maybe dive into it, or, you know, do something related around the topic that we are discussing. So, you know, if you're trying to get into YouTube gaming, you might want to stay through later in the video so you can get a tutorial on how to actually set up YouTube gaming. Now on to the first question. What is YouTube gaming? Well, in 2015, Google launched YouTube gaming to challenge Twitch for platform supremacy in the game streaming arena. So at that time, it was really only Twitch, and I think Amazon had just bought Twitch around 2014, but YouTube must have, you know, caught wind of how popular game streaming was going to be and decided to hop on the train early. So that's when YouTube gaming was pretty much started, and that's pretty much what it is, a game streaming service. Currently, Twitch controls 63% of the market, at least in the game streaming arena, which sounds like a lot, but you have to realize that YouTube is coming up to pick up the slack, you know, after, you know, the untimely death of Mixer. And currently YouTube gaming sits at a market share percentage of around 23% of the live streaming market, which actually isn't bad. And considering that YouTube is the second largest search engine pretty much in the world, it's pretty much safe to say that YouTube gaming is going to continue to grow and it's going to continue to be a big thing. And that rolls into my next question. Is YouTube gaming dead? The answer to that question is no. YouTube is a huge platform with plenty of room for growth. So much content is played through YouTube that is almost ridiculous to even try to compare Twitch and YouTube in any fashion. The only thing that Twitch really has over YouTube is more content creators live streaming. And not only that, YouTube has huge levels of discoverability. Levels that Twitch couldn't reach if they popped a senzu bean and jumped in the hyperbolic chamber for 10,000 years. Next question. Where is the YouTube gaming app? Honestly, I've always wondered why companies like Facebook and YouTube, companies that pretty much run their respected markets, even have a separate application for features like this. Why wouldn't they want to just integrate those into their current biggest apps? And not only that, why would you, as someone who owns a smartphone, want to download a separate app rather than use the app that you're currently used to using? As a matter of fact, just leave me a comment as to why, because I'm actually really curious. You know, I wouldn't want to download 2 or 3 versions of the same thing that they could just implement in their main app. But why would you? Maybe you have a logical reason. Also, we should probably say never mind to Facebook integrating gaming into their main app, because they don't even have dark mode yet. Jeez, why is that like not a thing yet? Why don't they have dark mode? I see why people think that Facebook is for older people. They're moving on grandparents' time. Anyway, just keep up. I'll just go ahead and run you through a quick tutorial on where to find the YouTube gaming app. It's both on iOS and Android. It's not on Windows though. I don't think YouTube has any official apps for Windows. And I think that's because Google and Microsoft have always been beefing. So let's take out our favorite device and I'll go ahead and kind of run you through how to install the YouTube Gaming app. I currently use Android, so it shouldn't really matter. I mean, Apple has an app store, you're just using search. It's not that complicated. So first things first, you're gonna open the Play Store. Then you're gonna use your finger to touch in the little search bar, type in YouTube Gaming, and boom. The first option that shows should say YouTube Gaming. It should actually have a red heart, that's how you know. You select it and hit install. Now say you're like me and you don't want to install a separate app, you just want to access YouTube Gaming. Well, I got you covered there too, buddy. If you open the YouTube app, down at the bottom you should see an option that says Explore. You probably have never clicked this, you probably just watch your subscriptions or just search. But the Explore option is there. And at the top, if you have the latest YouTube update, you should see a tab that says Gaming. Select Gaming and boom. Now, this should give you pretty much the same functionality as the YouTube Gaming app. It shows you the top live stream games currently, the top people to watch currently. It has recommended tabs as well, and it also has a section if you keep scrolling down to show you some of the most popular gaming videos that are actually on YouTube at the moment. Most likely though, it's going to show you, if you follow people who play games on YouTube, most likely it's going to show you who you're subscribed to, but this is still a good way to discover other content creators. Next question. Can you download YouTube Gaming? I'm gonna guess that you did not see the answer to my last question. Just rewind it a little bit, Chief. You'll find your answer. Next question. How many YouTube Gaming channels are there? That one's a pretty simple question, actually. I'm surprised. Well, there's around 910,000, so it's close to a million, which sounds like a lot until you realize that Twitch has about 10 million. So YouTube Gaming still has room to grow. But the best part of this is if you're trying to get into YouTube Gaming as a streaming service, there's a lot less competition. So there's a lot more opportunities for growth. And lastly, here we are at bonus time. Bonus time? Here we are at bonus time. So you're wondering how to start a YouTube Gaming channel. Don't worry, man. I got you. Now this is gonna be just how to start it. This is not gonna be how to set it up in OBS. This is not gonna be how to set it up with your gaming console or how to stream it through your PC. This is purely how to set up a YouTube Gaming channel. So if you want a tutorial, a full tutorial on how to set it up through all those other systems and softwares, leave a comment below, let me know. Maybe I could do that for you. Anyway, let's move on to the tutorial. This part I actually wrote a script to because there's steps, man. I'm giving a tutorial, so I'm actually gonna have my phone out so I can go ahead and read through these steps with you, and I'll show you a little visual so that way you can kind of keep up. So the first step, you have to create a YouTube account. Pretty simple. First thing you're going to do is open a browser. You're going to want to go to youtube.com, and then on the top right corner you're going to see an option that says sign in. Select that for me, and it's going to take you to the YouTube sign in page. Right below that, if you don't have a YouTube account already, it should say create an account. Select create an account, fill out the information. It's going to ask you for your first name, last name. It's going to ask you for an email address. If you don't have a current Google email address, you can select the option right below to create a Google email address. Because otherwise, if you don't, they're going to try to send you a verification code, and it leads into an entirely different process. Anyway, if you don't have a Google account, you select the option right below, and then you can use whatever you want to create a Gmail account. Then you're going to select next. This page is going to ask you for a little bit more information, like your birthday, gender, etc, etc, etc. You can fill all this out for now just to get it out of the way, but what I would recommend later is to be a little bit more thorough and actually set up two-factor authentication, because you don't ever want your YouTube account to get hacked and someone take control of your account. You want if someone tries to sign into your account, you get a notification that shows up on your phone and says, hey man, is this you? That way you're safe, man. Now that your Google account is created, you're gonna wanna select your Avi in the top right corner. Now a new set of options is gonna show up. Right below your mouse, you should see one that says create a channel. After you select that option, it's gonna pop up with a new box that gives you two other options. So you can use the name that you just created with your Google account, or you can create a separate channel name. So if you want a specific name you want people to call you by, or you want your channel to be specific or something different than the email address you created, just select use a custom name. It's now gonna take you to a page to pretty much put whatever you want in for the page name. And there's a little bit more on this page as well. So this page is also going to contain things such as a description box, so you can create a descriptor of your page or you as a person to kind of show the content that you plan on creating or what your channel is about. And it even has a section down below that will ask you for your socials so people can find other ways to connect with you. And once you actually input all this, when your channel is created, it's actually going to put those socials right on your banner, so people can just quickly jump to your socials from the banner. And you know, if you don't want to fill all this out right now and you just want to come back later because you want to skip all this, you just want your channel started, you can select the setup later option and just come back and do it later. And after you select that, now we should be on your channel page. The next thing you're going to do is you'll see an option at the top right that says manage videos. Select manage videos. It's going to bring you to a new page with two tabs, one that says videos and the other that says live. You're now going to select live. The reason why is because we're going to have to set up your actual live account first before we can actually use it for streaming. Now that you've selected the live tab, you should see in the center an option that says get started. Select get started and it's going to bring you to a new page. This new page is basically going to be a verification page. So they're asking for your phone number. Yes, a phone is required for this. You can't use an email address. It's going to ask for your phone number. You're going to put your phone number in, and afterwards it's going to send you a verification code. You're then going to input the verification code on the next page, and now you're verified. After verification is completed, you're going to want to go back to your YouTube page, and you're going to select manage videos again. And you're going to select the live tab again, and then you're going to select get started again. Once you select get started, it should bring you to a new page that says, hey, it's going to take 24 hours before your live streaming account is created. And boom, you successfully completed a YouTube live streaming account creation and a YouTube account creation. So not only can you live stream from this, you've actually created a channel as well that you can post content that you edited to, or even clips or whatever. And here we are again, just like I say in every other video. At the end, the finale, finish. I don't even know if that's join the notification bell gang as well. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can get a notification of the next time that my videos go up. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy y'all's Halloween. Have fun. Wear your mask. Peace. Rings out.